Hi, this is Emma from Polly's Paper Crafts, and this is the second Sketch It Out video with myself and Claudia, who is linked below. Now, the photo on the screen is the sketch we are working with this week, and it was picked by Claudia. I will leave the links to that sketch in the description bar below as well, in case you want to have another look at that. So it's using lots of banners and like a heavy strip at the top and then lots of banners, and the photo itself is in a banner. Now the photo I'm going to be using is a photo of my brother and his girlfriend. They moved into their first house together in July, and this house pattern on the back of the cheerful paper from the Crepe Paper Wonder collection was perfect. So I fussy cut that out of the big 12 by 12 piece, and I did start with my scissors, but I got frustrated because my scissors aren't the best. I haven't got like precision tip ones, and I found it just much easier with my craft knife on the glass mat just to cut it out. So I did skip ahead there so you didn't have to watch me cutting it out. So that's going to be my sort of heavy bit at the top, and then I'm going to mat my photo on that navy piece of cardstock, which is going to be like sort of the main banner that draws your attention to that photo, because the photo itself is a 3x4, so it's relatively small. And then to make it stand out on that dark piece, I pulled another piece from the Crepe Paper collection called Curious, and it's the B-side for that paper. And then I'm just pulling out different papers from the Crepe Paper Wonder collection to sort of create my banners. I've found it quite difficult to get going with this collection. This is the August kit from Like Forever, and I do have an unboxing video of that on my channel if you want to check that out. It is a gorgeous kit with fantastic papers, but they are so pretty I kind of didn't want to cut into them, so it's taken me a while to get going with this. Now if you have a look at the sketch, and I'll put it on the screen for you, if you have a look at the sketch, it says the journaling goes on one of the banners, which is fine, but I didn't want the journaling to be sort of in your face. So I cut a piece of the triangle vellum, the gold foil vellum that comes with the Crepe Paper collection, and I've cut a rectangle of that, cut a piece of white card to the same size, done my journaling on the white card, and then I'm using the vellum as sort of an overlay. So the journaling is there and you can see it through the vellum, but if you really want to read it you can lift the vellum up. But it just sort of mutes it down a bit so the black isn't quite so intense, so your attention is still on the photo, if that makes sense. So I originally stapled that vellum to the top of that card, but the staples the staples that I've got don't fold flat at the back, they leave the bumps, so it was making it too bulky under those houses. I didn't want those houses to be raised. So I took the staples out and used some washi tape just to hold it together. So now I thought it was probably about time that I started sticking stuff down, because I'm awful for laying everything out and then everything's moving around and then I get frustrated, and I should just stick it all down to start off with, but I don't. So, yeah. So Claudia picked the sketch for this week. I did the sketch last week, so if you want to check out, if you missed the first video or you want to have another watch of it, then there is a playlist on my channel, and the link to Claudia's video will be down below and on the screen at some point. And these sketches have been really fun. I always think it's harder than I think to find a sketch that I would like to use. I don't know whether anyone else has that problem, but I do enjoy using them. I don't know, it's a matter of preference really. I think this one I really did enjoy using because it really got me going with this kit. I cut into quite a few papers that I hadn't done before because I don't know, they were too pretty and I didn't want to cut them up. So this sketch really did get me going with my kit, so I'm really happy about that. So now I'm just sticking down those houses, and I've put double-sided sticky tape along the bottom of the houses, and then on the roofs I'm just popping them up with some small foam squares, and I've just cut out the bit where I've taken all the backer sheets off because that's boring. But I just wanted that little bit of dimension at the top, and you can see it just gives a little bit of shadow behind the roofs, which I quite like. And I pulled out these Amy Tan paper clips that we got in the kit because there was a little house, but the way the clip was, it needed to clip from the top rather than from the side, so I abandoned that in the end. And then in the sketch it shows sort of 2 banners on the left hand side of the photo and then 3 on the right hand side. Well, I've got the 3 on the right hand side, but I didn't know which paper I wanted to use just to the left. So there is a bit of a gap there at the moment, but I am going to remedy that later. Now in fact you'll see me sort of remedy it now. So I've put the branding strip at the bottom of the page with a little offcut, and now I'm just sorting through the die cut pack to try and find what will fit in that gap, because the sketch does show a heart and another kind of banner up there, but I didn't know which paper to use, and I thought maybe I won't use a paper, maybe I'll use one of the die cut flowers, or you can see me playing with that there. And I mean it would work, but I really liked this card, so I cut this card into a banner shape, and then I had to rip up those houses a little bit just so I could slide it under. But I liked that because it gave a little bit of it picked up on the wood grain, because I'd put like not wood grain, corrugated card paper as photo corners. So it picked up on that and just gave it a little bit of balance because they're all quite light colours at the top. And then I put that red felt heart at the top as well. So I have pulled out the thickers, and I believe they are trinket thickers. Yes, they are. They came in the Crepe Paper Wonder Kit. And their house is called Dairy Cottage, and I was originally planning on spelling out Dairy Cottage in those trinket thickers, and then I thought, well, that's going to be a really, really big title, so I thought I'll mix it up a bit. So I did dairy in the trinket thickers, and I pulled out a really old, well, it's not really old, but it's an alphabet sticker sheet that I bought from Hobbycraft ages ago, just to spell out cottage. And it's in like a cream paper, and the font is like a typewriter font, and I think that actually worked out pretty well. Yeah, I'm happy with how that looks. I think if I'd done Dairy Cottage, like the whole thing in the trinket thickers, it just would have been too much. Now here I'm using some of the self-adhesive sequins and a house epoxy sticker, and then I put some enamel dots down. Now in the final photos you will see that I have changed a few things. I moved those sequins around and added a few extra bits. So I'm going to give you the close-up photos. So there you can see that I moved one of the gold sequins down and added one of my DIY epoxy flares. The other 2 sequins went over by the photo with another one of my DIY epoxy flares, and next to that I also put one of the Tim Holtz Small Talk stickers that says "All you need is love." So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I encourage you to go over and check out Claudia's video to see what she has done with this layout. I will leave all the links below, and thanks for watching. I hope you come back for another Sketch It Out video. Bye!